Hey, so I don't do this very often. I don't play many tournaments. I don't think I'm particularly good at them. But it's Sunday afternoon. Well, it's not anymore. 8:41. It was Sunday afternoon, and so I flicked in a couple. Ooh, just a couple. Obviously, bus one, and then this one. I seem to have come quite far in, quite deep. So I thought we'd do a record. See if I can't take it down. So I'm in for $3.30. I've got pretty monstrous chip lead. This guy seems to be not here. I've got 1.07 million against 570k second. 515 up top, 336. I mean, any of the top three are worth having, but when we're in a position like this, I think it really is we're really only shooting for first. So I thought I'd just do a little video, something that's not cash or not sky. Completely unplanned, but you know, you run deep like this, you think it might be fun to record it. So I'm just going to keep the camera running for as long, keeping the pressure on this relatively short stack, for as long as we're still in. Hopefully, I'll be keeping the camera running right to the last hand of heads up. I've got both tables open here. I was going to fold this and try and let the short stack battle it out, but this guy's sat out again. I don't know what's going on in his head, so there's just so much more there to take now. And this guy is really bad. 1.1 million. Also typing to a few friends on my other monitor, so if there are slight breaks, that'll be why. So we're looking at this table now. This is the only other table left, because it's a 6 max with anybody. Yeah, this is the only other table left, sorry, and we're rooting for a knockout, really. We're rooting for a knockout so that we can go to final table nice and quickly. 12 minutes until the break. Obviously, I'll pause the camera at that point, if the camera's still here. Let's talk a little bit about reads. This guy, wow, you get called by? Can't see. He's sat out. How perfect is this? Yeah, perfect. So this guy, well, he sat out, but I was going to say, like, good to a point, but it seems to run some sort of fairly spewy bluffs. I've trapped him in a couple of pots by checking top pair to him and then just letting him hang himself. A couple of other pots I had strong hands and just bet and he's stationed, like, just sort of levels himself, like, not fantastic. This guy, just a short stacking fish, like, he's not been playing well since the start. This, what's his name? Marky 337, shows me the 9 deuce. Marky 337, not very good. Very unimaginative, very unimaginative. There was a point where he was in a blind and somebody shipped for about 12 big blinds at him, and this Marky guy tank called with ace 7, and the other guy like had jack 6 or something, and somebody mentioned to him like a bit of a slow roll taking that long with an ace, and he's like, oh, you know, wasn't a very good kicker, it was only a 7, not really understanding, you know, that an ace in that spot is just the nuts and you're going with it. Obviously, he came to that conclusion in the end that he had to call, but you know, the fact that he didn't snap it off is pretty tragic. So yeah, so not very good. Has got a clue, but I'm generally outplaying him. And this guy just is kind of clueless. I'm just going to ship this with this guy sat out, and this guy's kind of tied down. I'm just going to ship it. Like, easy to just clean the blinds up. Is this guy, I don't know, he's not noticed or something? Like he's folding? Okay, well, Noel Ram's come back now. So yeah, if obviously, I'm sure you've noticed, but we're hand for hand, which means we have to wait till a hand here finishes before we can play a hand here. And when we get a bust out from here or here, then we will be on a final table. Blinds are going up to 5 and 10,000 in a couple of minutes. Hopefully when we make it to the final table, should we make it to the final table? Something's gone very wrong if we're not at this point. Hopefully when we get there, we will still have this monstrous lead. Like I said, we really are shooting for first place here. If anyone's going to be booted out of this table, it will be Bestia 75. There's a chance he's gone now. I mean, Jack 10 gets there, King Queen gets there if he's been calling down with that. Other than that, I would have thought he'd have the worst hand here. Might call it off with an inferior ace, maybe. I haven't really watched the whole hand. He might take some sort of stand, and if he doesn't take a stand and makes the fold, then we've got a short stack here and a short stack here. Okay, so and what we'll do, we'll buy ourselves, if this folds, we'll buy ourselves a little bit of fold equity by folding. We'll show him the airball, show him that we're not doing it with literally any two, just to buy ourselves a little bit of respect in the coming hands with him, because we do, when we pick something decent up, we do just want him to put it in because he's a shorty. I think I'm probably just going to let this one go as well. I would like to keep the pressure on, but the optimal result here is for Yolgal to ship it. Quite tempted to... Yeah, so we're going to give... That's weird that he flattered. I'm going to give him as many chances as possible to lose to null ram. He limps in and then makes the fold. See, this is what I'm talking about, this kind of terrible poker. Okay, it's going in. Good luck to us. Oh my god. We're just all in here. Wow, when he made the fold, that is bizarre. We're sweating an 8. Nice. We got it done. Final table. Okie dokie. Right, so no longer hand for hand, obviously. That was weird how he flatted and then folded. That was really bad. That was bizarre. So we are sat on 1.3 million. The next person to bust is picking up $61.50. Then 94, then 145, then 220, etc. Don't need me to read them all out. We've got double the chips of the other players, so we should really be taking this down. Going to defend with a king here. Probably not going to. I think we're going to take one shot at this pot, and that shot's going to be here. Our single shot at the pot is going to be on the turn, because if we check, we're probably not winning. And he does station us, and we will just show king high. King high, weird enough, is kind of showdown value. We actually beat a few hands. He was pretty strong there. I'm surprised he didn't go in for a value bet. It wouldn't have worked, but I'm still surprised he didn't go in for one. If you've been watching my other videos, you'll see that this is 6 max, which is what I play, how I play cash. I'm going to flat here because it's very playable and I want to lose the minimum if this guy shoves, because I'm not calling a shove. So I don't want to make it like 45 and then have to fold to a shove, because I'd kind of have to call then. So I have lost the minimum to the shove. I would love a call here. Let's have a call here. Okay, we get a call, quite tempting to peel, but it would be terrible. So we'll just let it go. It would be terrible. Well, we would have outflopped this guy. This guy would have had queens and threes, so we would not have won with our jacks and tens. We were obviously way behind. I feel like I'm stationing down a little bit here. I'm gonna, being a bit too stationed, I'm gonna flat. This guy is probably not shoving now, but this guy might. So for exactly the same reasons, we're taking a playable hand like this. That's so bizarre how he's flatted. It's so bad. He hasn't even got a pot size bet left. He's just going to shove right now. Okay, check. And I'm pretty much tied to just giving up. That is awful. We're going to give this guy a passive fish tag, just like on Sky. Same tags. A passive fish tag for his abominable play. It has been a while since I've seen the Stars final table, like a year maybe. Won't be playing with the Jack 4 of diamonds. There's no real short stack here, I guess, but you know, I mean, obviously Bestia. Bestia is a short stack, but then after that it's Nolram, and he's, you know, he has got plenty of blinds. It's not stacked up, but I feel like we're going to be in a bit of a stalemate until we go up a couple of levels. Pretty ugly hand in the big blind. He 3x's it. To me, that's a sign of weakness. That's a sort of don't call me sign. You see that typically in these bad players. I do feel like if I made it like 81 or something, he'd go away. But it's just such, you know, I haven't got 6-7 suited or 8-9 suited or Jack 10, anything like that. I've got a 10 and a deuce, so it's just so completely. If you're going to make these light 3-bets, you obviously need some kind of battle plan, like contingency for when you get called. And it's very hard to have a contingency with a deuce and a 10. Needless to say, they're also offsuit, but that shouldn't really change too much. Pretty hand in the small blind, probably the best right now. Kind of gross if he 3-bets, I'm obviously throwing it away. We do pick up. Is that our first pot at the final table? I think so. I'm not sure. If folded over to, we will be attacking these blinds as well. Okay. It's a good start. I don't mind a call. Don't really want a 3-bet. If he calls, then we can just play poker. We're just about deep enough to do that. Although if he calls, I mean, we're behind, but that doesn't matter when you can go post flop. And we've got position as well. The first one was pretty, the second one was not, so we will be ditching the king 4. We've probably got another 3 hands or so, unless one takes forever and ever and ever. And a shove, and presumably a call. Wow, he's in a dominated spot. Dead, 2 and 9. 1 bust, very nice. So we have now locked up. We have now locked up to $93 at least. I would be expecting us, as I've said several times, to take substantially more than that first, really. If we get a call here, it will be our last pot. If we get a fold, as we have done, we'll play one more. Jack piece of hearts. What reality will we be defending this in? Not this reality. Maybe a min raise from here we can talk about a defend. But not from a raise under the gun, especially from the second stack. Just let it go. Okay, so we're on a 5-minute break now. So all I'm going to do is click the pause button on our record and go get a drink and see you back in a second. Okay, we're back for our first hand. With a hand that plays so well post-flop, I don't really want to get blown off it. Maybe that's a bit passive and, I don't know, a bit fishy to just flat out the small blind with a hand like this, but I will reiterate, these are not my strength. I am not like a good tournament player. Mostly, you know, I'm a cash player straight up. Okay, so obviously this is a fairly monstrous flop, and this is exactly the kind of spot where I kind of get stuck. Like, I guess I just check, but he checks behind a lot, so we start with a check, and at this point we've obviously got the best hand, so we're looking for a call out of like ace high or something. So what do we do about that? Like 23.5? I guess. But I'm a bit scared. Like I'm a wuss at these games. Like, what if he raises? I am completely lost. But that's fine. um, I guess I find playing out of position in tournaments quite difficult when you're forced to risk so much all the time. Like in cash, obviously it's a handicap, but my main problem with tournaments, the reason I don't play very many of them, is that I don't like being knocked out. I don't like getting sucked out on or having callers and then being forced to walk away kind of thing. Now our checking range against this guy is super super protected. I've checked back strong stuff to him on several occasions and he's seen it. So when I check here, he shouldn't be exploiting me too hard. Um, just because of all the Broadway cards and the fact we've got fourth pair, I would assume we're behind right now. I really would, and this guy's decent enough to like value bet a king here. He is actually good enough to do that. So I guess the question is, do we call a bet? Yeah, this is bizarre. Now I've kind of leveled myself, I guess. I'm not really beating anything. But I've checked it all the way, so my hand is underrepped. But even though it's underrepped, it's still weak as. So I'm going to fold it, and I honestly don't know how good or bad that is. I'm a little bit lost, but that's okay. Just micro stakes. 4x. Look, he's doing it again. To me, this is like a don't call me thing. Or maybe he's got nines and he's not comfortable playing the post flop, or like even as strong as jacks. And he just doesn't feel comfortable playing them post flop, especially from under the gun, where he's always going to be out of position. So does he just bets because I've checked every single street? Is that it? It was quite a big barrel. It was quite a big barrel. So we've just checked top pair against this guy. Let's do it one time here. I don't do this in cash because we just go for value, 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 but I'm never going to be playing an all-in situation here. Now obviously the second ace comes, and not only does it not look like we've got one, but we are monstrous. We check again. I mean, do we just not going to make anything here? We're obviously going to get called by hearts and diamonds. And now, now I'm frightened to bet, like legitimately frightened to bet this guy because he's so straight up. I think we have to bet. I think doing anything other than betting is bad. So I think we bet and we fold to a raise. I don't know exactly what I'm looking to get called by here. A queen, I guess. He shows a 5. Okay. Well, in the break, I told them that I was recording, so he'll be able to go back and see. Wow, okay, so we've had a 3-bet and a call here. This could be a big pot. There's already 145 in the middle. Okay, let's watch this one and try and work out what's happening. I would assume on a king high board, when this guy's 3-bet, he's going to be c-betting a lot here. And I'm also assuming this guy has not got a sort of an ace-king type hand. Well, I say an ace-king type hand, I mean ace-king, because he would have just shoveled it in pre, right? Probably. So this guy could be the one with the ace-king. He could also have like the queens, the jacks. He has made a couple of like 3-bets earlier in the game, long before I start recording. He turned up with like, there was one where he turned up with like ace-3 of hearts or something in a 3-bet pot that he'd made a 3-bet. But the bet does get called from now on turn. Looking at the 6 of spades. Board is still king high. I mean, if this gets called, then Noel has got no more bluffing it. He can never bluff. He's either got it or he's giving up, surely. Okay. We will never know. couple of Facebook friends asking me if I'm recording it because of what I said. Like I've got a couple of friends railing me. The thing is funny because I've got excited about running deep in a $3 tournament. I don't do this very often. I'm easily pleased. If I win this, I might not go out for the live session I was planning tonight. Check on the end, and ace is obviously good. I'm surprised he didn't make a value bet. We've had an awful lot of 6-8, 2-6-8 suited. Shall we try and make it work? Again, 6-8 of clubs. This is kind of, this guy's sort of the one we're doing battle with the most. Now, this is a flop where I just feel like I'm being stacked a lot. I'm just typing to my friends what I've got. This is just a flop where, for me, it just seems to go so wrong. Maybe that bet's a bit small. Yeah, there we go. Just disastrous. Absolutely. Could it be worse than that? So we're looking for a 6 or an 8 on the end. That is just the world's worst run out. Just an we can't. Wow, he's let us check. Okay. Okay. Glad he gave up. Not be playing with 5 deuce. I still feel like it's a couple of levels until people are going to be, really in danger mode and push shove mode. I do feel like it will be a little while. I mean, we're not cruising, but we're in no immediate danger, and neither really is anyone else. I mean, Divingo has got 352, but I mean, it's not red zone, is it? Should we pressure on a bit? It sucks to get shoved on. I think I'm too much of kind of a scaredy cat at these levels. So what would have meant? So I think I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. So let's make it an even 60 because I'm scared to do things like this because I just don't want him to shove, and then I've forfeited a perfectly playable hand because obviously I'm not calling the shove. Yeah, see, and now I have to fold. Now I have to fold. Maybe I just need to basically not 3-bet at this stage unless I'm willing to put the lot in. This is a bit of a risky proposition. The king-jack offsuit out of position. I mean, once the call comes in, I feel like all we can do here is try and make a strong hand. Okay, well, at least this is easy to play because we've got no piece. We need running 9-10 to make the nuts. But now, see, I'm quite tempted to. I'm not going to. Now that to me is a bluff card. Okay, we're going to do it. I said there was no chance of winning this pot. Someone needs a 7 to call us, essentially. Someone has to have a 7. Now there's a reasonable chance of them having a 7, just given the way it's gone. Just all the checking kind of thing. But we're not winning if we don't take the pot, and the good thing is a 7 will raise us, so We're not going to lose any more than the 75k shot we take. Possibly it was a bit of a big shot. Let's have a look at how much it was into what. Possibly it was a bit much. We can maybe get away with less. 75 into 113. But like I said, they need a 7 to call. But maybe it's bad because I'm up against 6 hole cards. Why can't one of them have a 7? Well, still, like I said, even they'll raise with a 7, so I'm not going to lose anymore. And we are the chip leader, so we like to try and put the pressure on where possible. We don't like to give people cheap showdowns when we've got the most bullying chips. So blinds are up in 1 minute. Quick hand. The jack deuce. Probably not defending this. Don't need to defend it. We're going to get a walk. No bother. Do we attack V Sylphie or do we let him have it? If it folds over, I'm fucking ruthless. I'm just going to go after it. I feel like I'm the best here post flop. Even, you know, given my disclaimer, even like I'm not very good. Like, I do feel like I'm probably the best here post flop. I do feel like I've got the most awareness. He 3-bets me and at the call like 44 to play for 105, so it's not even a great price. Can we set mine? I think we can set mine. Yeah, I think we can. If a raise comes in, it sucks. We've just chucked away 3 bigs. He's still doing this 3x thing. I don't think he realises how bad it is. Well, no, he definitely doesn't. Definitely doesn't realise how bad it is. Wow, that was close. I thought that one was a deuce. Now, we can't bet, I don't think, because either of them could still have an ace. If we check and something random peels off, like another 3, or a 5, or an 8, we might be able to. A 9. And it checks to us, then we might be able to take a shot. If he checks, then I think I'm taking a shot with my deuces here. And just checking back any river other than the deuce. If we bet and get called and hit a deuce, that would be funny. That would be funny. So we're just going to assume at this point we have the best hand. He might even fold like 4s. I mean, what if he's got 4s or 5s? Now, I would love to barrel here. But the 7 doesn't change anything. Wow, and he wants to bet the 7. Bizarre. Really bizarre. I really want to look him up. I can't see him having checked an ace twice. So he's saying that I'm confused. And I'm going to let him have it. He doesn't show. Now, if we can call with deuces against someone we know is a really poorish player, I feel like we should be able to call with the 8-5 suited. This, I mean, the V Sylphie seems to be on the tight side. I have a feeling we're going to take position. Disconnected. Interesting. So the big blind's not even in, which obviously went into my thinking. Hopefully he doesn't manage to get himself back before. Oh, now we've got to wait for his time bank. Well, not his time bank, but his initial time. So if that goes to the bottom, then we're going to take it heads up with all that the extra big blind in the pot. Oh God. So he's disconnected and he gets an extra 2 minutes and the tournament clock is stopped. So now we have to sit here for 2 minutes. I don't blame you if you want to skip forward. Sit for 2 minutes while he gets extra time. I'm pretty much about to give up with poker because I'm back off to university, so I don't know if I'll be making any more videos for a while. I was certainly not going to be playing live for the year. I meant to play live tonight, but well, this has this has happened, so I'm still going. I'm still sat at home playing online. So if I could win a tournament, it's been so long, it really has. Like, I mean, I don't play many of them, but I also don't do particularly well in them for whatever reason. So if I could win one on my last day, because I want to concentrate, I'm doing a masters and I want to concentrate on that. I don't want to be playing poker at the same time. If I could win this thing on the day, my last day, that would just make my week, month probably. I don't know what I'd do with the 500 because given that I'm not playing anymore, I'm going to cash it all out. And I'm going to leave the Sky where it is for the occasional afternoon. So you may be seeing some more Sky videos here and there. I don't know. Stop. Like I've said, I'm talking to some friends at the same time. We need to flop strong here. After all this time, we would like to flop strong with the 8-5 of hearts. Okay, he's gone. We flop nothing. Fantastic. Now this guy is pretty ABC, like I've said, so we may be able to take it away from him. We can't take it away from him facing a bet this big. This is too much. It's too big a barrel to just float around. We might, we like to float around where possible. We like to try and play other people's hands and all that stuff, but not for a bet that size. So he gets one more run out, not of 2 minutes, just of the green bar. We can see now 10 seconds, as you can see in the chat. He gets one more run out, and then that's it. Then he just auto folds. Oh my god, I was wrong. He gets another minute. Wow, this is ridiculous. Like, it's good because he's just, after this last minute, he's just chucking an ante and his big blinds in, hand after hand after hand. But obviously, while it's counting down, I wouldn't blame you if you've skipped this bit and can't even hear what I'm saying right now. I wish I could fucking skip this bit. Not long to go. Surely that's about 20 seconds. 20. Say no to dial-up. I'm sure he gets no more like DC reload time after this. I'm sure. We had a king of the deuce here. Not very much. The 5-8 again. The 5-8 of spades would have been useful last time. Oh, lordy. He really gets another green bar? Please only a green bar. Please now have nothing else. 10 seconds, that's fine. I can wait 10 seconds. 30 seconds. Should we do a like a... Oh my god face. I wonder what he's doing. Does his internet just crabbed out? Where does he live? Where does this guy live? Brazil? I don't know what the internet connection is like in Brazil, I really don't. Okay, we're going to see a board for free. We're going to flop 4-4-9 with no pair, no draw. Fantastic. If he checks, we might take a shot. Don't really see how else we can win it. Although, I don't know, when he checks, like, it makes me think he's got something to show. Makes me think he's got some showdown. You know, surely if he's just got, like, complete air, like, say, Jack 5 of clubs, he would bet. This makes me think, like, he's got an ace to showdown, or pocket deuces, or something like that. Also, as I've said before, not particularly thinking player, so he could have flopped huge, could have flopped a 4, and just be sat there thinking, like, oh my god, or whatever. I don't know, we'll find out. Well, hopefully we won't find out. Hopefully he just gives it up. Awful lot of tanking on this final table. Awful lot of tanking. Try not to tank in poker, folks. Live poker especially. This is bad because the clock is so long. This is bad. Doesn't usually happen very much. Doesn't usually happen to this degree anyway. I mean, has he just gone? Has his doorbell gone? Has he gone to pick the pizza up? Okay. Bizarre. No idea what could have been troubling him that much. No idea at all. Okay, so he had 30 seconds before after his green bar. Please just give him his green bar now. This video is meant to be more about poker and not... Yeah, a friend of mine has said, well, what the hell was he thinking about so long? I have no idea. Very playable hand like this. We'll open to them in. Haven't done that very much yet. Wouldn't be surprised to see a defend here. We flop monstrous. And we are just going to go in for chunky value here. The problem is when a big pot evolves now, that's what I I can never get to grips with, is what to do when the pot gets insane. What's a bad card for us on the end? I guess a spade or a 7. A 3 and we might chop if he's also got a 10. Like a spade or a 7 seem like the bad cards. Now I guess we check to keep in all his bluffs. We lose to 9-10 now, which we didn't lose to before. I mean, what do we... Okay, what we win. I'm sure I come across as very, very unsure. He's just stationing down king high, that's weird. Very, very unsure on this video as opposed to how I come across in my cash game videos, because in my cash game I'm just super confident most of the time. I know, roughly who's got what, who's likely to turn up with what, etc. Whereas here I am just kind of lost. Like, whoops, that would have been quite a misclick. I mean, not lost. I guess that's not really giving myself enough credit. I've made it here, and I've made it here before, but there are multiple spots that can and probably will come up where I'm not sure how to proceed. Like, for example, if the spade does peel off, like, what do we do then? Just check and fold every time? Seems exploitable. I'm not sure. With the big blind disconnected and a suited king, I feel like this is an obligatory raise. And as long as now he doesn't wake up and come back to life, then we'll just pick up all that dead money in the middle and carry on our march to the top spot. Lordy, lordy. How many chips has this guy got? 325,000. Let's have a little look at my chip graph. Look at this down here. Down here, can I zoom in? I guess not. Down here, I was all in once for my tournament life 3 ways. I had like 3 big blinds or something, and I just put it in with a 9-6, and got called by, I think, like an ace-10 and an ace-queen, and they both completely whiffed, and I made a straight. So I have actually been all in for my tournament life once on this game, and now I'm chip leading it and have been for a couple of hours. How far in are we? We are... That's the wrong one. Look at my little sky roll, my little stars roll. This is why I'm excited about picking up 500. Deuce 9. How is he still getting a green bar every time? Let's see, like maybe, well, nearly 7 hours now. 6 hours and 46 minutes. Okay, also spots like this. Um, spots like this and 7-3 of diamonds, blind on blind, if it gets to blind on blind. Is it too loose? Is it just silly? Is it just asking to get fucked up? I don't know. I feel like the aggressive route is the route to take when you've got all the chips. And also, there's another dynamic at play here as well. The fact that this guy's disconnected, so he's obviously... He doesn't seem to be coming back either. I feel like we have to bet an A-side board. He doesn't, with a gutter as well. It doesn't seem to be coming back, so like... Whoa. Okay. That shut me up a little bit. What's a bad card for us in the end? Is the one? Oh, wow. Okay. I got excited and quiet there. Yeah, that was creepy. So we're just now still waiting for Divingo to run his green time bank out. Yeah, sorry, I was saying before I turned the nuts with another, not quite the nuts, but you know what I'm saying, you know, a great hand, a great card with a redraw to another great hand. There's an extra dynamic at play now. So if this guy's just sat here and he's just going to blind himself off like this, then surely people are going to tighten up a little bit because they know that if they can survive, for example, if they can just survive this guy running that 292k down to 0, then they're going to ladder automatically. So that might be playing on some of their minds. I mean, I don't know how observant they are. I don't know what level these people are thinking on. I barely know what level I'm thinking on in these games. I guess he gets the green bar every single hand. I thought eventually it would take him onto auto fold, but maybe there's like special rules on a final table or something. Probably a bit of a tight fold, 7-10, with a dead small blind in there. They're all bored of it as well. We would have flopped pretty strong. There it is again, that 8-5 of spades. Look at those snap folds. There it is again. Looks like we're destined to try and pick some chips up with the 8-5 of spades today. Unless Marky just gives it up to us. We'll take a walk. Wow, look at that big raise. I'm not folding blind. Right, this might be a fishy peel. You can tell me in the comments if there's anyone watching. And obviously we just completely whiff it. I mean, he's probably going to barrel quite big now, isn't he? I really feel like if I took a card off, I could just shove most turns. Oh no, it's stupid. I've got no read. I don't quite know what those big raises mean yet. I don't know what these. I don't actually think we've got to a showdown when he's done one. So I'm assuming that it's like premium stuff, like your ace kings, you know, all your premium pairs. Although I'm assuming you wouldn't do that with a set. Like aces, kings, jacks. I'm assuming, but I don't. You know, I honestly don't know. Let's do this blind on blind. This guy's 3-bet me before and it worked. Obviously, we pick up a nice big draw here. Every hand we've been in with this guy, how would that even work? I don't know why he's saying that it would get rid of him if we sat out. So every hand we've been in with this guy, we've bet the flop. So I did something a bit different here. I thought he would take a shot. Now we've got a straight draw as well. Not great straight draw. We do brick out. He was pretty weak. I made him dominated as well. Nines is a monster. This is a monster, really. Let's make it all threes. Okay, so the 3-bet comes in. I mean, what do we do here? This is exactly the kind of spot I'm talking about. Exactly the kind of spot. I feel like we flat and we basically examine the board. So it's come jack high. He can still have all of his higher pairs. He can still have the ace queens, though. He can still have the ace kings. I mean, that's about it, isn't it? Ace king, ace queen. I feel like it's a little bit early to fold. I feel like. Oh, we're going to take one more street. He should be checking on a diamond, right? Now we add a draw in. Like, I'm not sure if there's much getting away from this. And he checks. So if I bet here and he shoves, I hate my life. But if I check behind, I'm not sure what cards I like, other than obviously 5 or a 10. I'm still going to do it. Now that's a poor card, because that fills one of the 2 hands that I said he could still have. I think this is a check back. I will be so sad if we lose to 10s. Okay, that's a bit better. So that was quite an aggressive move with the ace-6 offsuit. Gave him too much credit, really, didn't I? I mean, when I said he had all those overcards, I never really considered like an ace rag type hand that he's just trying to put the pressure on. I mean, he did that because he's seen me open a lot of buttons. He just ran into a pretty strong holding this time. Like, well, I've opened some buttons with... I didn't open the 7-4. I opened blind on blind with 7-3. 6-7, I did it then. I didn't open deuces. Okay, well, we know, I'm sure there's 6-8 that one time, so he has seen us open with some stuff that's, pretty on the sketchy side, so maybe doing that with a, excuse me, maybe doing that with the ace-6, as a bluff isn't too bad. I was getting a little concerned as the hand progressed, but I feel like we played it optimally. I feel like I probably was kind of tied in to call another barrel on the turn, just given the fact we picked the flush draw up. We got to walk! Just given the fact not the flush draw, sorry, that's the wrong word, the straight draw. Whoops. I think, yeah, sorry, I was kind of tied into making another call. Let's try, mind you, he's probably a bit steamed with us. Still, he can be steamed with us. We've got a king and a blind on blind. We don't want to see a 3-bet, obviously. He's peeling all his pairs. I feel that's his ball. We need to give up with it. Sort of, I don't know, maybe I've gone a bit gun shy. I feel like checking here is bad because I can't really win it now. Maybe I've gone a bit gun shy after winning that big hand. At this point, I think it suddenly becomes not too bad to start folding to allow these two to go to war. I think that's okay. How many chips has this clown got left? 242, so he's on the way out. See, let's say half an hour earlier I would have opened, but these two actually are starting to become short. So let's get rid and see if we can't spin up some blind on blind warfare. Don't want to see Norlam go out before he blinds out. I think that'd be funny, personally. I think that'd be quite funny, but very noble of Marky to say so. Marky, it's very noble to say, mate. Should we tell him that? Should we tell him he's noble? Very noble. The Queen 6. I don't want... This guy's going to shove quite loosely. It's a shame if Sylphie doesn't get involved. He's kind of obliged to get involved with Divino not there. Because if he folds here, it's a walk. And now we just... The old routine. The old routine of waiting the 10 seconds. We've locked up a little bit. We have locked up a little bit. We're being quite tightened up, getting on the tighter side at least. Like I said, we're trying to starve out Norlam. We're trying to make sure that Divingo is blinded out. I mean, nothing we can do will stop that really. But okay, now problem here. Another spot where I'm a bit lost. I don't want to 3-bet and create. And if I 3-bet and he jams, we're kind of tied in. I don't really want to do that. You know, is that bad? Is that really fishy and weak passive of me? I'd rather, like I've said before, I feel like I'm way better than these guys post flop. I was going to say with such a ridiculously underrepped hand, we have to take a card, but that's quite a big barrel. Let me know if you think this hand is a waste. I don't know. I think I might have misplayed that one. This is a much stronger hand. But again, like, stacks are awkward. Like, I don't really want to get in an all-in situation with these two. Although Marky seems quite scared of getting in an all-in situation. Now, if we get 3-bet here, I do think we're ripping it. Obviously, the ace... We can't beat anything he's flopped, so let's just put it that way. Let's start with a check. Because he's sort of allowed us to... Ugh. Board just gets worse and worse and worse. Okay, if we bet, what we're going to get called by? If we bet, we might get called by Jack 10 or... No, we're not. I'm going to just keep checking. I'm not giving up. By the way. I'm not giving up. Let's have a think. What's a good card for us here other than a 10, obviously? An ace or a queen, I guess? Oh, well, we got it. We said a queen was a good card, and we got it. Nice. He checks, and we win. Jack 5. So if we bet the flop, we probably don't get a call. I mean, he's got all the back doors, 4 deuce, diamond, diamond, but I think we played it well to just check call down. Like he bets here, I don't think if we bet the flop that we're ever gonna come into that 33,000 chip bet. Oh, I don't know. This is a call. I don't know the maths. I think it probably just is a fold. Just a fold. If it was king 10, I think I'd make the call. Ace 10, I'd snap. I think it's a fold just about. We do really want to keep him like starved of chips kind of thing. I don't want to be doubling him up. We're going to open this one as well because of dead big blind. I've got two friends watching and they're both talking about what a pain in the ass Divingo is. In all this time, we've had like one elimination or something. Final tables take a long time. Look at all this, 5 people for like, yeah, a long time. Let's try again. Let's turn it up a little bit. We've got the chips to do it. Noel Ram's a bit scared. Divingo isn't there. Marky seems a bit scared. Yep. Picking them up, scooping the pots. Come on, baby. Locking the others out. That's the key bit. Locking them all out. And now Marky can give us a walk if he feels up to it. Give us a walk. He limps in. That is bizarre. Now with a hand like 8 queen, I think we just check. I guess. And now I feel like he just bet. Yeah, we just lose. Should have squeezed him. Should have squeezed. With position and a queen, should have squeezed. Okay, this one I'm probably going to give him his big blind, give him a walk. Just again, just to keep him feeling not offended, kind of thing. You know, you keep assaulting somebody's big blind, and you can irk them. And I'm not saying, you know, I'm a gentleman. I'm just saying that we want to retain a little bit of fold equity. We don't want to look like we're just stealing every single last one. This is another strange spot if we get shoved on. Another strange one. If I open this button and Noel Ram piles it, I mean, I'm going to call this time. I am going to call, but I'm not in love with it. We want Sylphie out of the way. I mean, we really want them both out of the way. I guess a flat call from one of them wouldn't be bad. Okay, here we go. Wow, we are behind. Monstrously behind. Yep. We would have lost anyway. Look at the run out. I think we have to call. Yeah, I mean, he's not piling it for that much, is he? It's like just over 10 big blinds. The 8 deuce, needless to say, is going in the muck. And a shove. Let's have a call here from V Sylphie. Okay, so friends just told me it's quite hard to find on YouTube. Search for PearlJosh and something to do with Skype. That's just Now I'd assume we're not folding here either. For a it would be a huge shove if he made it. Wow. I'm just telling a couple of people in the chat box what I've got. So we are going to just play it like we've been playing it so far. Make the C bet. The problem is he hasn't got that much to call me, an ace only. The board is straightening out a little bit. I don't mind that. Like, ugh. I suppose we can check one time. No, I'm being results oriented. I think there bet is all I can do, really, like realistically. Still doing the 3x. I think from the things he said, he's going to go watch this video back. Marky, 3x is bad at this stage. Do it earlier on, don't do it later. Maybe I didn't have to bet. Maybe I could have like check raise turn, check jammed river, something like that. What's this guy got left? 143. Okay, not too long. King Jack suited. No way are we giving this one up. 4150 seems about right. They're getting shallower. I mean, obviously we're getting a bit shallower as well, but we've still got a pretty monstrous chip lead here, so I'm feeling pretty good about our spot right now. We really should be coming first. It's a bad flop for us, really. I feel like he's going to be all over it quite a bit. Having said that, he could be sat there with ace high, which he won't do much with because, like I've said before, fairly unimaginative. So we're going to make a C bet, and I guess we just shut down if we get called. Now that to me is like a bluffing card. But I mean, given I've got king high, I've got gut shot. This is a bizarre card as well. When we were losing to 10x, we're losing to hearts. We're losing to all the 2 pairs. I don't think we're not going to pay this one off. Seems weird folding top pair like that, but it's a wet board, and I don't think we're good on there very often at all. He's running a little stack up now, Marky. Running a little stack up. Again, the 3x means we can't really proceed. Also means he's not getting value out of all this stuff that has us ruined. Queen 10, definitely going to open this one. Stack sizes, again, are strange because it's still not too hard for particularly Sylphie to shove on us. But that's not going to stop us at this point. Maybe in an orbit or two. Maybe in an orbit or two we'll go back to folding the button a bit more in order to hopefully generate some blind on blind carnage. I feel quite tempted to triple barrel this board. I I feel like he's not going to be able to stand up to 3 barrels a lot of the time. Okay, so it goes away. That's fine as well. So now after he's put a call in and lost a pot, I think it's maybe better to start folding to him a little bit and giving him an opportunity to start going crazy, and hopefully get himself stacked. Although, given the fact that this guy's still here, he might be a bit on the tighter side, you know, because the ladder's here. This guy busting is worth. This guy's going to bust in 5th and win himself 93. Sorry, no, he's going to bust in 4th and leave himself 143. And that's like a $70 jump. So this guy busting is worth a lot here, to this guy at least. Just wait the obligatory 10 seconds again. How frustrating. How annoying. Shouldn't be much longer, folks. The blinds are pretty steep and he's running out. Another very playable hand, blind on blind. Hopefully he doesn't do the 3x. I'm hoping that he does do the 3x sometime soon when we've got a monster, because then we can really punish him. Okay, limp in or just min raise. He does the 3x. Let's take a board anyway. Maybe I'm terrible, but let's take a board anyway. We get a reasonable flop. But it's bloated because it's a big size, so it's kind of tough to play. Not going anywhere for this bet. Now I feel like he's going to have a lot of these jacks and 10s, etc. Given the fact that we've got a draw to go with our pair of 8s, I think a check here is okay. Now that is a monstrous card, and it's a bluffing card as well. He bets 60, and I really do feel like this is the first spot where it's okay to bluff. This might not work. I'm not saying this is going to work every time, but it completes a lot of draws. Well, I say draws. A lot of heart draws. All the heart draws. Fish are scared of heart draws. We block the queen 10. I think we bluff here. Haven't done much bluffing before. If he finds a call with top pair, then he finds a call. It's a wet run out, and I think it's going to work a reasonable amount of the time. And if it goes wrong when he makes the call, we're still looking pretty. Okay, so now the old hearts go. Please give it up. He shows me an ace. When you see this marquee, I'm sorry, I didn't think you could call. I mean, looking back on it, I think he's probably got quite a bit of 2-pair. Friends just messaged me asking if I had it that time. Okay, so there's no point clicking I'm ready because obviously Divingo's not there. So we're going to pause again, and I'll see you momentarily. Okay, we are back. We should be have the cards in the air again within about 30 seconds. And we rejoin Divingo, who's been out for the majority of the game, slowing the whole thing up. Sat on 83k, 84k, with the levels at 10 and 20, so he will be gone very soon. So quite have to shove this here, like, just knowing that null round's going to fold so much because of Divingo, but I'm not going to. That would be foolish, because the times we get snapped by a hand that has us ruined, we just feel very, very silly. We're not calling a shove from Sylphie either. It does kind of make it hard for them to play with us, I think. We make a pair. Looks to be probably the strongest hand right now. Definitely see betting with a pair of fours. He clicks me, and I would love to pile it. I have to say, I would actually absolutely love to pile it here. I don't even think piling it would be that bad. But the thing is, I mean, it's the extra pressure on him. The extra pressure that Davingo busts, locks him up money if he loses. But I think there are better spots coming. I don't mind how he played this hand. I don't want to check. I don't want to check that flop. And just like a jack peels off and he suddenly takes the lead. That's not good poker, I don't think. Keeping the pot small here, we're just flat with the ace-10. If the shove comes in behind, I think we're calling from Sylphie. I said I think we're calling, and I do think we're calling. It's a bit gut-wrenching to make this call. It's quite a big call. I mean, if Marky calls, then we could get away. Okay. Wow, we are destroyed. And we're just going to outflop him, hopefully stay outflopping him. Wow, so we made a bad call, and then we got there anyway. How good are we? And he goes out behind Davingo as well. That's funny. I don't know if that was as bad as it looked. It felt pretty bad. Tell me what you think. Do I have to call for the amount? I'm surprised that Marky didn't call. Tell me if you think it's bad. I don't know. I think it probably plays itself. I think. This is what I'm talking about though when I say I don't know a lot about these kind of games. We've got no draw here whatsoever. We've got backdoor Broadway, which will put 4 to a straight on the board, so good luck getting paid on that one if it ever came. Unbelievable how we... So he's got up 5th and 93. So Davingo, bless him, not played a hand on the final table, has locked up that 192 or whatever it was. We've got 2 kings. So if he does the 3x here, he's about to find out why it's such a bad thing to do, because he's going to lose the max, because I'm going to raise him, and he's lost the max with it. So he decides not to do it. We will do it then, because it's not too bad us doing it. No ace. Okay. It's a good start. We're not checking, because we're going to be betting with all our air here as well. He knows it. What a card on the turn. Quick check. Last time he did this, oh, it's such a spewy call. Last time he did this, he had the ace. I actually think we just make a super disciplined fold. I don't think we're ever good there. Maybe that was mega tight, but it is the nut worst. The nut worst turn card. What a nitty fold. It really is like the worst turn card. See here, I'd like to pile it and just get him to fold any 2. Probably would. I wouldn't be surprised if he folded ace king here if I piled it because of this. Wow, he still wants to get involved. Okay, so we'll put a bit of pressure on a board like this. Ugh. And now we have a flush. We actually have to play the hand now. I mean, I feel like he's going to have something worth showing down when he checks the turn. So I feel like betting is bad. So I just think we give up. I mean, he might just have ace high, and that's a bit of a shame. I'm surprised he like played the way he did with this guy so close to being out. I am surprised by that. So we're about to go three-handed. The pace is about to be substantially picked up. So we might finish this final table before we die of old age. We might. He's now all in. I quite like to just flat here. Just make sure that, basically try and win the pot and knock him out, but that's quite a poor idea. It's weird that he didn't just, I suppose he had nothing. If he had nothing, I suppose it's fine. Marky, if you'd like to tell me that I made a good fold with 2 kings, I would like that very much. We're not going to put it in with the 8-4 here. We're just not. Ace-Jack, we're certainly going to be putting chips in one way or the other. Certainly going to be putting some chips in. That would have been possibly a good place to shove. But again, I just don't want to get called. It just seems bad. 40k. We've got ace high. We've got some backdoors. We're not going away just yet. We've got a jack high draw now. Ugh. I mean, it's a good card in some ways, but what do we do if we call the 100? So we go to a pot of 393, hit the club. Let's say the 7 of clubs, and then he makes it 250, or like even 180. We pay him off, and we could be behind already. We'll make it. We'll fold the ace high and the draw. We'll just keep chipping our opponents up. That's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, this is a bit different. I'm going to flat. Haven't done this yet. Hoping that Noel Ram will flat as well. He doesn't. He did have 10s, to be fair to him. So we didn't play it like a complete donk. We are going to make the 3-bet here. Remember, I have said that this guy is not necessarily the best. Earlier on, I sort of managed to trap him in a couple of spots. Let's go a tiny bit smaller. We should have his range crushed here with, well, now with top 2, we've definitely got his range crushed. Just telling my rail. With top 2, he loses, obviously. Well, we're not losing to anything here other than the set 7s, which we are not worried about. I feel like shit's kind of getting real here. This is a stacking hand. Could he have ace-10 one time? Give him ace-10 one time. Wow. I think we just rip it. He calls if he's got an ace. I think we just rip it and hope that he has the ace. Wow. And he still loses. He actually made a flush. So he peeled a gutter. Wow. Wow, what a result. What a setup. We are just now going to really pile the pressure on Marky. Really pile the pressure on. Like I've said, he is uncreative. We've seen the bluffs work on him. We're not going to get cocky. Nothing is locked up yet, obviously. Well, I mean, 336.5 is locked up. But no result here is locked up. Jackson 5s. Must be the best hand at this point. We're going for quite big bets at this point. If he's got a straight, then we just pay him off. Okay. This is all happening a bit quickly now. I'm used to it taking 10 years because of this guy over here. That's what I've been used to. I guess we're playing quite fast, quite furious. I played quite a lot of heads-up sit and goes in the past. We need a 3. We win sometimes now. Wow, pops it. I play quite a lot of heads-up like sit and goes or something, and as I said before, Marky's no bright spark, I don't think. At poker, I've told him to come and watch this video, by the way, so hello to you. And I just mean at poker. I'm not having a go at you in any way, if you are indeed here. This is a board where we should be winning most of the time. Unbelievable how I made a full house and he made a flush in that hand. That is unbelievable. 3x he's still doing. It's not good. It's not good, Marky. King high, probably the best hand. I feel like he's folding most of his stuff when it comes with 2 aces on it. He's just getting rid of a lot of stuff that he shouldn't necessarily be getting rid of. Okay, let's start the pressure. Let's start the shove show. We'll give him one more. We got it in good. At the end, we got it in good. We didn't win. So he is calling off quite light here. He is calling off quite light. We can't start shipping now. Wow, that's a big bet. Oh, that was a disappointing river. I really thought that we had it. We were a river card away from taking first. Wow, look, he's really making it monstrous now. He seems to have taken it quite personally. I don't know. We want to try and take him post-flop. That's where we've been beating him quite a lot. And now the barrels are big, so I think we need to go into trapping mode, maybe? Wow, look, he's taking it really personally. He's just shipping it and 3xing it all over the shop. We're taking a bit of a battering at this point. I feel like he probably wins. Oh, okay. This is probably a bit poor given how much he's been doing this. I was worried he was going to ship then. I was not going to know what to do. I would have called that one. Higher kicker and suited up. So he now seems to himself have gone into a little bit scaredy cat mode. I feel like a donk bet's coming out here. Yeah, same as online. When they take that little bit of time, they're cutting out a donk bet. I feel like he went into his shovey spewfest mode, and now he seems to have shut down a little bit. He seems quite worried. And he just piles it in. Bloody hell. So if he's sort of retracting into a shell a little bit, then let's try and push him around a little bit. He seems to have lost faith in his own aggression. He was doing very well a minute ago, like really pushing me around. 3-bet. So now we've got 7 high. I'm not a 7 high. That's a stupid thing to say. Oh wow, we've got nothing now. I would love to ship here and move him off a chop. I would absolutely love to, but I haven't got the faith, the conviction to do it. Heads up on a final table to ship it in and move him off a chop. We actually had the straight anyway. Could have been a saving card. Comes ace high and he wants to pile again. Oh, I have a king. Nope. The better spots are coming. I can't believe we were a river card away from taking him down. But hopefully, the spot will come where he's going to make the mistake. Like now. No. Oh. That's the one we wanted. That was the moment. That's probably a monstrous hand. The fact that he's done a real 3-bet as opposed to a ship probably makes it absolutely monstrous. I don't know why I called that for a 3x. That was quite boring. I mean, can we sometimes check? Let's try a check with raise here. And it does get through. We bluffed him off one. We won one. Not with the 7 deuce. He's not actually surpassed us in chips yet, I don't think. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. I think it's a fold, and I think he's just going to turn up with a lot of 6s, sort of a lot of pairs, things like that. Okay. So he's still doing. This is going to cost him. These shoves are going to cost him because sooner or later I will wake up with a monstrous hand, like now. So hopefully he's just going to do that. Wow. Oh my god. Oh, okay, we're not dead. We're not dead yet. 2 outed. We're not dead. That was pretty unbelievable turn card. Obviously it's going in here. Are we going to battle our way back? We're going to battle our way back. It's going to be no jack. We're going to be fine. We're still going. That was unbelievable. I think we've run quite poorly during heads up. I think we've had quite a few opportunities to take this whole thing down. This is probably spew because he's going to call so much on here. Yeah, exactly. Jack. Oh god, please, Jack. There we go. We came second. Oh man. Okay, well, you all saw how poorly I ran there. We were a river card away with the ace deuce versus the king 9. We had the aces against 8-9, and well, he played them appallingly and won anyway. So for the moment, I feel pretty bad about that, but what can you do? We played as well as we could. We got our chips in monstrously ahead when we did get our chips in. We lost with ace-jack against ace-6. I don't know. Hopefully you've been watching the whole thing. Let me know how I did, especially the ace-10 where he had the ace-king. I think that one was bad. We would have had such a nice stack there. We would have been positioned to win again had we held with the ace-jack versus the ace-6. I knew we were never going to survive a flop like that. We only had like 60%. Sigh. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope it's been of interest one way or another. There we are, second for 336. What an annoyance. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. And any comments, criticisms, observations, just leave them under the video. Thanks very much for watching, and you take care. Goodbye.